welcome back to My Kitten Reads. I'm Eleanor and this is my February 2025 TBR. I'm doing a TBR video again. This month I'm keeping it a little more restrained because I very clearly got overexcited in giving myself a planned TBR of like 7 books last time. I only finished like 3 of them and made progress on like 2. So keeping myself a bit more restrained this time. But I do have some ideas. So where am I? Also, I have a new reading journal because I finally, after more than 2 years of trying and then forgetting to use the one that I was using, I finally filled it up. So yes, I've got another one of my Alcrate ones. Anyway, so what's on my TBR this month? So there are some things that are still the same as the previous month. So Decolonizing Methodologies by Linda Tawai Smith. Still working on it. I read another chapter on Friday when I was at the gym. I was supposed to read another chapter today, but didn't go to the gym because I've been feeling not great today. But so that is definitely making progress. I am like, I think 55% of the way through. And given that it's an academic test, there's probably quite a large bibliography at the end. I'm not sure, I haven't checked, but there usually is in academic texts. Although she is putting like bibliographies at the end of each chapter, so who knows. But yes, so that is underway. If I can go to the gym a lot, it might get finished. Who knows? But yeah, so that is on the list. Also on the list from last month is At the End of the River Styx by Michelle Kulwicki. Still making my way through. It's not grabbing me hugely. This is the physical book. Hang on, it's right here. So still reading this. I'm about a third of the way through. It's sort of a slow burn, and it's also quite dark in that it's dealing with death and grief. Yeah, like it's not bad. Like, it's just the characters aren't really grabbing me. So I'm going to continue working my way through this. We'll see how we go. Then we've got a few new things. So it's Black History Month in America. So I actually have a whole bunch of, as well as the Linda Tawai Smith, a whole bunch of some Indigenous books on my TBR. So Black Duck, A Year at Yanbara by Bruce Pascoe and Lynn Howard. Lynn Howard. This is the audiobook that I'm currently listening to. Bruce Pascoe was the writer of Dark Emu, which there's a whole review of this on my channel from when I first read it years ago now. This book, Black Duck, is sort of a memoir of a year on his farm where it's a social enterprise where he and his family grow Indigenous ingredients like grain and food and stuff like that, and put the profits back into, various Indigenous projects like employment, cultural stuff. I'm about an hour and a half in. It's interesting, but it's a little, I don't know what I was expecting, but it's very rambly. So it's written more as more like a memoir or a journal than I was expecting. Apart from the farm, there's not much of a through line so far narratively or topically. And sometimes it'll jump from talking about the eagles that kill the ducks on his property. Then it'll jump to the gate. Then it'll jump to boats. Then it'll jump to something that happened 30 years ago. So it's a little bit and a lot of these chapters are like 3 minutes long or 6 minutes long or 10 minutes long. So they're not very long chapters, and it just jumps from topic to topic very far. So I'm finding it a little bit difficult to follow, but it's still interesting. So that's on the list as my audiobook of the month. I am also rereading Living on Stolen Land by Amberlynn Cremolina. There is a review of this, I believe, on my channel from 2021 when I first read it. It's a prose poetry book. Amberlynn Cremolina, one of my favourite Indigenous authors, and this is very much about recognising that we as Australians live on stolen land, accepting that, and how can we move forward as a community by building relationships, not only with people but with country, with everything around us, and accepting Indigenous viewpoints. So it's very worth a read. I was reminded of it recently because a friend of mine rereads it every 26th of January. And so I thought it was about time I did a reread as well. I'm nearly halfway through already because it's a very, very thin book, but definitely worth a reread. Then a couple of other things I have on my list. Scales of Resistance by Juliet Kemp. Now, I don't think I've read Juliet Kemp before. If I have, it's probably a random short story and a random anthology. And I don't know much about this story. It's a novella. It's science fiction, but also there are dragons. And there's like a heist and potential romance. But it's a new novella from 12th Planet Press, and 12th Planet Press hasn't published anything in a while. So when Elisa went, I've just released a new novella, I went, oh, I'll buy that. I don't really care what it's about. Because, I do like the work that comes out of 12th Planet. So that is also an ebook that is on my list to read this month. And it's quick as well, because don't forget this is a short month as well. So that's on the list. And also I've popped Uncanny Magazine 54 on the list because I've just finished Uncanny Magazine issue 53. And if I want to read more short stories and I want to catch up on my Uncanny, because I'm about a year and a half behind, that's the next one on the list. So, that's on the list. Whether I'll get to it, I don't know, because I am reading the Linda Tawai Smith book at the gym. And so I guess it depends on how many times I go to the gym. I don't necessarily I can read ebooks, like I might actually read Scales of Resistance, not at the gym. But yeah, those are the things that are on my TBR for February. So there are 6 things on the list, which is actually only one less than last month, I think. But I'm already partway through 4 of them. So I think my chances are good of getting through a few of them this month. So yes, those are the things that I'm hoping to definitely read. There will probably be more. For example, I've already read an Austen variation that was new. There is another Austen variation from one of my favourite authors coming out at the end of the month. Whether that'll be read this month or next month, I'm not sure. And there will probably other things that I read at random. But yes, those are the things that I would like to try and get through this month. So as usual, happy to discuss books in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you again really soon. Bye.